You ever been scammed by anyone in business?
Yes.
Have I ever been conned?
Being what?
Tricked or conned?
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Many, many times.
Actually, yeah, I have.
No, touch wood.
I think I have, yes.
I don't wish to be.
Yes.
Yes.
In a good way or a bad way?
Come close, partner.
We have been conned.
Yeah.
My brother, maybe? No, I'm kidding.
Yes, I'd say I'd be conned.
No, not conned or tricked, but definitely dealt with people that haven't delivered on what they said they were going to do.
So it's a photography thing actually. Obviously they called us up. They said, hey, you know, come down and get free photos, you know. really nice free photos. And we're like, yeah, you know, cool, you know, let's come down and do it, you know. Give us free pictures for £20.
People undervaluing you, trying to always undercut you. I'm constantly, because I'm quite a yes person, and I think that's a big problem. I think people can see that, take advantage of it quite a lot, and that definitely happens, especially with pricing yourself.
Someone's asked me to do a job, and then you're waiting for the invoice, and all up until now, I ain't seen that. In a way, still took away time from us.
What would you say to them if you saw them now?
Be honest, like, really?
I haven't. I'm very cautious.
My dance career as a performer, you know, you have to take professional photos and stuff like that. And there was this company that was acting as like a modelling agency, taking in money from people, saying they're going to do these professional. And I took some good photos that day and never got them. I'm still upset because I always wanted them photos. It was a really good photo.
So I'm a venture scout for Back VC. So I didn't know that I was signing up to it. And then when I got there, I was like, oh, food, drinks. This is lovely. And they're like, oh, you're a scout. And I'm like, am I? I don't know. So yeah, so I got tricked into something.
Most probably, yeah, but I forgive them all, so.
I met this director, he could talk. This guy could talk, he sold me a dream. So long story short, he wasn't able to deliver at the end of the product. And I just ended up having like tons of raw footage that was unedited.
I met this guy and I thought that he liked me. And so I met him at the bus stop and he was like, yeah, babes, do you want to go out? And I was like, yeah, okay. I thought I was like hot in that, you know. And he literally ended up taking my phone.
The first person that tried to bring me into it on multi-level marketing, they started to use emotional blackmailing tactics and I didn't like it. It was like if you're my friend, then you will trust me with this. And then they want me to put money into it and then they'll disappear. Like, I've seen it happen to so many people.
What would you want to say to him?
I just want to say, how you like me now? Yeah.
I would say I was misled.
I think misled.
You know, we come across a lot of great characters and great people on our journey in business, but some of them don't really follow through with what they said.
People promising things that they don't deliver.
So I've paid for products that didn't quite meet up to what they wanted to do, or even paid for services that didn't deliver what I needed them to do for the business.
Sometimes people are just like, I want to do this. And then sometimes when they realise how large the task is, they sometimes a bit like, oh, actually, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to invest that much.
Where someone says, I want to build this business and we need someone to help you and everything, and the amount of money we're going to put down and all that kind of, and you invest some of your own money as well, even they start with something small, and then when it comes to time to pay you, they'll just stop picking up your phone, you're answering your calls, and you just realize, okay.
How do you think you spot that?
It's quite hard because some people have got a real gift of actually being very sincere. And I think a gut feeling as well, when just something doesn't sit quite right. And I know that every time I've gone against my gut feeling, it's been a disaster.
You know, when you're working alone, your mind is just going crazy with ideas. And I can't just sit back because I end up stressing about it, getting anxious about it. There has to be a strategy there. And I might give it away to somebody just because I know they can work with it. But then when I do that, it's like, oh, well, I've got mine, and then push you aside, or even like, you know, try and undermine you in a way.
I have to fully believe in it myself. I can't sell someone a service or product that I don't believe in.
Or two investors that I knew, and I built quite a good relationship with them. I trusted them and I introduced them to a deal that was happening for some land in the back of someone's house. And they, instead of trying to wait for me and keep me into the deal, tried to go around me and ended up buying the house or the land in an auction. But because they went around me, they didn't know all the different components, so ended up spending 50 grand on a piece of land that they couldn't build on.
Worst tricks, I guess, is being able to trust people.
Artists promising to perform at our events, producers promising to come to our event, like big producers promising to come to our events and then not showing up, DJs, a lot of no-shows kind of thing.
Yeah, that story of the guy just going with the marbles on the floor, that's a 5K.
No, not really. I think, other than sending money to China, that was my con, that was the lesson.
I don't think so. I mean, like France here, there are so many, online courses and memberships and coaches and whatever, which are out there. But I also feel that it's irresponsible if we place all the blame on them, because it was our choice to hand over our money. So if I was extremely honest with myself and said, I did everything I could to really maximize this opportunity, if I could say that and it still didn't work out, then it would be their fault. But that's never really happened to me.
No, but it's early days, so I'm sure it will be coming.
There was a VC company that reached out to me and said they basically wanted to invest in Desk, but they wanted 50% equity. So if I wasn't someone who had been in business for a while, I would have easily settled for that. But the way that I see it is, if I had gone in, they would have ended up diluting, so I would have ended up working for them, and they would have essentially taken over the company.
We found an agency that was going to help us produce more content better and more efficiently, and do ads more efficiently. And it turned out that they was faking to be the company that they were pretending to be, and we paid them like 6K up front, and we were paying them like, I don't know, almost $1K a month or something like that. And then we found out that they're basically not legit. So
I think sometimes my clients do try, not financially, but if we worked out some kind of a program and they want to reach a certain goal, they might come back after a week and try and disguise that they haven't really done anything they said they were going to do.
How did you feel? Look, I mean, to be honest, I actually didn't feel too bad, because it taught us, there were certain things that we learned in terms of sales from that, and it didn't really kill us, so we're still here.
Yes, I was using a freelancer to do some copywriting for some content on a blog. This lady, we agreed the sort of contract for the work, and she kind of reached out to me only sort of 20% into the actual project rollout. And so I gave her an advance payment of around £300, which was a small part of the overall project budget. And then, sure enough, didn't hear from her, because I kind of paid for her outside of the exchange that we were using. And I just thought, well, obviously she Googled me and found out what I was interested in, and so yeah, that was a kick in the teeth. But forgive her wherever she is and what she's doing.
So every time the customer will try to find their way, like, I lost this lesson, can I make it for free? They always try to find the way. This is something like is happening all the time. But if we go deeper into the business, like someone helping us to improve the business, maybe it wasn't the intention, but you have to be very careful, especially if you go to those networking events, business events.
One guy messaged me, and I was just trying something. He did options trading. He said he could give me a return. I gave him some money from my crypto wallet, and he blocked me. It was a good amount of money as well, and I didn't have much at the time, so I stood there scratching my head. I didn't know what to do.
That's another embarrassing question. Yes, I have. Yeah. And the thing is, I like to think of myself as being savvy, but I got caught out recently as well. Got scammed. I think, how did this happen?
When the block happened, I said, Shells. The block. He blocked me, innit? And she looked at me, I looked at her, and I didn't want to look at her, so I kept it moving. I said, I'm sorry, innit? I'm sorry. So I never done that again.
some people are just looking for their benefits. They don't really looking to understand which is the problem of your own business.
Again, I would say yes and no, because I think the system or whatever was legitimate, like offered, but it didn't bring results. It wasn't played, I would say, fairly.
I think when it comes to doing business, I've kind of learned now that it doesn't matter if it's your friend, your family. You do everything professionally and say, listen, this is how it runs. You pay for this, or you pay this deposit, or you give me the money now. There's no, all right, I give you this and then you pay me later, because I guarantee you're not going to get your money. Do you know what I mean?
So really be careful out there. It's so easy to get scammed, and you tend to think, well, you hear about other people, it won't happen to me. As soon as you have that attitude, it's going to happen to you. Is that all the embarrassing questions? That's 2 so far. I'm really embarrassed, but it's true.